Beautiful day outside today, really, wasn't it?
Hey!
Hello.
You know, it's like we were thinking about when can we actually go out and enjoy some of the nice weather that's still going on outside.
Yeah.
Takes your mind off of things, doesn't it? Yeah. A good looking day it was out there, guys. And of course, we're going to keep an eye on how the weather's going to behave as we go through the next several days, but also keeping an eye on the Mississippi River. Of course, you can get all the information on that on our website at WQ80.com. Of course, looking down at Clare Park, and you can see, I would say, about a third of that stage area is seeing some of that water right now. I think the last check, it was just under 17 feet. I think it has close to another foot to go. And that will be expected to peak sometime, I would say, later on, next couple of days or so. So pretty high water out there. Make sure you avoid areas around LeClaire Park and portions of Modern Woodman Park as well. Let's go and take a look at what we have outside. And yeah, from the help of our satellite radar loop, we are noticing some clouds out there, but we're also noticing some filtered sun with these clouds rolling on in. Nothing that's causing any type of wet weather that we see. But to our north and west, there's plenty of wet weather going on associated with that area of low pressure. And that will bring us a round of some scattered showers and maybe even a couple of thunderstorms, especially as we get to the early morning hours. And I expect a development for us to be taking place along this boundary right near Omaha and then eventually advancing its way eastward. Now, as far as any chance of severe weather with this front, there will be, but the good news is these are going to be well off to our west, which we're expecting as we head later on tonight. That's a level 1 risk, maybe some hail in a couple of those thunderstorms. Or it's going to be well off to our east as we head later come tomorrow. And that's where we see not only a level 1, but a level 2 risk. And I think this is where we're going to be seeing some of that begin to pop up, but not until about Wednesday evening. So overall, we're looking pretty good around here for any thunderstorms that will be expected to be more non-severe than anything else. Let's show you the progress of that with the help of our future track. This is around midnight, all looking good. As we get to about the early morning hours, that's when the activity, the coverage, begins to slowly grow from southwest to northeast. I think we have a real good chance of picking up a good 1/4 inch of rain from this wave as it continues to make its way across our skies by the early morning hours. This is around 5 a.m. We get to about 7. And most of that activity will be along the I-80 corridor and points north until everything begins to dry out as we head later in the day, or at least later morning hours. And then things are even looking pretty good going to the afternoon. But there could be some leftover instability just north and east of the Quad Cities for more scattered showers and thunder showers. So we'll keep that in mind. But there's going to be some breaks in between these waves as we make our way throughout our Wednesday. Temperatures should have no problem reaching the upper 70s for daytime highs. Thursday actually is looking pretty good for outdoor plans. This is 7 a.m. on Thursday. By the time we get the afternoon hours, not much as far as any clouds, so this will be a good looking day with mostly sunny skies and a mild 80 for the daytime high. However, before we get into the weekend, and we got another wave coming on in, looks like by early Friday morning, some showers will be coming in. Some of those could be a little heavy in areas just to our north, but keep in mind, this is an early morning event, okay? Because once that moves on by, then we're going to be drying out nicely, and with that strong southwest wind, I think we have a chance of reaching over 80 degrees for daytime highs. 80 right now in Galesburg, Princeton as well, 80 degrees in Clinton, Maquoketa, 81 in Savannah. Right now, Muscatine, home of the Muskies, 82 degrees. Currently in the Quad Cities, 81 after a high of 83 degrees. South wind at 13, that air pretty dry, so likely we'll drop that temperature down to around 59 degrees. Still rather nice. You can crack open the window with that type of temperature. Showers, thunderstorms coming in late, like the early morning hours for that event to take place. Any leftover showers will be in the morning. Could see one more chance late in the afternoon, but I think that may be more to our north and east. Your daytime high of 78 degrees. Not quite done with the wet weather heading the weekend. Looks like a pretty good coverage developing on Saturday. But Mother's Day Sunday, ladies, actually looking pretty good for your men to make your breakfast in the morning outdoors. Maybe take the child out for a walk. I can continue with the list, but I'm getting a wrap right now.
Maybe the child should push me in the stroller.
I would love to see that.
Give Mom a break. I mean, seriously. It's about time.
Creates quite an image in my mind. All right, thanks, James. Moving on tonight, the family of a baby girl who was hit in the head with a softball says she's looking more like herself tonight. Baby McKenna and her mom, Cassie, were at her husband's softball game. She says one of the players threw the ball and it went over the gate and hit both her and the baby in the bleachers. McKenna was airlifted to Mayo Clinic, where they have been treating her for brain bleeds and a skull fracture. Her mother says it was just a freak accident, and she doesn't blame anyone for what happened.
You never imagine them happening to you, ever. Like, I don't even have words to describe everything that I've been through in the past, not even 24 hours. See her finally calm is very reassuring.
You can't even imagine. The family is keeping well-wishers updated on Facebook. The latest says doctors are feeling positive as they slowly take her off medications.
The street in front of Alleman High School is renamed for a war hero. It is now Captain Stephen Phyllis Drive. Captain Phyllis is a 1978 graduate of Alleman High School. He then graduated from the Air Force Academy in 1982. He died when his plane was shot down over Kuwait, serving in the Persian Gulf War. Family and friends say Steve was a very humble man.
It humbles us that 27 years later, enough people who weren't really family members remembered him and what he did and thought that this should be done.
When God made him, he made him extra special. I really, truly mean it. Captain Stephen Phyllis. And where he is right now, I tip my head and my heart to him, because he's up there watching and saying, Father, cut it out, that's enough.
Well, after the ceremony, the city gave a copy of that street sign to Stephen's parents.
Throughout the school year, Mercer County students have learned about agriculture in the classroom. Well, today they got a first-hand look at life on the farm. Hundreds of second graders learned about beef, soil, and poultry. The kids had the chance to milk fake cows, load up hay bales, and go fishing. Students were also able to look at animals they have learned about in the classroom all year. This gave kids the opportunity to see how agriculture has evolved over the last century.
A smaller percentage of the population is definitely farming, so less and less kids are gaining the knowledge on the farm. So this is an easy way for us to bring them out here in one day and they get to see a tractor up close and some of the animals that they just don't get to see anymore.
Leaders say at the very minimum, they hope the kids understand where their food, fiber, and fuel comes from.
A group at the Moline Township Activity Center is making an impact this Mother's Day. The Healthy Styles group started a Fill the Purse campaign. Each bag has a toothbrush, toiletries, and some makeup in it. The group filled 30 purses for women in need. They are going to women at St. Joseph the Worker House and Winnie's Place. And if you want to help Winnie's Place, you can still drop off supplies this week to help the Movers for Moms campaign. 2 men in a truck will be collecting supplies all day tomorrow here at News 8. For a list of what's really needed, head to WQ80.com, search Movers in the search bar. Still to come tonight, a soldier watches the birth of his child from hundreds of miles away.
And it was all caught on camera how he's feeling about the national attention.